What's happening, everyone? Nicky Hawkins here, West Ham Fan TV. The morning after the game before. Now we see England kick off yesterday. Beat Croatia 1-0. Last year's last World Cup semi-final. What do I think about England's performance? It was alright, it was decent. I thought we had the better of the game, to be quite honest with you. We created the more chances. Croatia never really offered nothing. They're an aging side now. They've got some good players in there, but they're getting on a bit. You know what I mean? 3 years since the last sort of World Cup is a long time, you know, in football terms. They're not quite what they were. They sat back for the whole game. They frustrated England. And I thought England done well to create the chances they did. Great finish by Sterling, to be quite honest with you. Do you know what? My man of the match yesterday, and I thought they had a great game. I think Calvin Phillips, after all of the sort of noise about him starting and all that sort of thing, I thought he was outstanding. Him and Rice in the middle were outstanding. They nullified the threat of any sort of threat that the Croatia team had. Got a very good midfield, Croatia. You know, it was a lot of criticism. You know, I was on the Don Robbie channel yesterday. A lot of criticism, playing 2 central defensive midfielders. Do we need them and that? And it was sort of like the way they played for West Ham, really. Rice sat back, and it allowed Phillips to, you know, to create from deep. And lovely move for the goal. The way Phillips moved, you know, he got 1-2 from, I think it was. I don't know who it was actually. He got a 1-2 and then slipped the ball through to Sterling, who made a fantastic run. And he slotted the ball past the keeper quite comfortably. Should have had more. Harry Kane should have scored when he injured himself, when he bashed himself into the post. And I think Sterling should have scored again when the ball rolled out to him. A bit more of a composed finish. If he'd have placed it rather than just smash it, I think it would have gone in the top corner. But it is what it is. It's a professional performance, and at this stage of the tournament, the points on the board are, you know, they're what's important. You know what I mean? Like, Harry Kane didn't have the greatest of games. Am I worried about that? Not really, because I don't really mind if he has bad games when we're winning 1-0 in the group stages, as long as he hits his form sort of come the quarterfinals, semi-finals, whatever it is we may get through to. You know, as long as he's on fire and providing goals and scoring goals in, you know, I'm not really too bothered about that. As I said, Calvin Phillips, my man of the match. A lot of people saying Mason Mount. Mason Mount played well, but I just think Phillips just pipped him for the man of the match. 1-0 win. Scotland on Friday. Huge opportunity to get through that. Some strange substitutions, I thought, from Gareth Southgate. I think not bringing on Grealish, like resisting the urge to bring on Grealish, was brave, shall I say, and putting Jude Bellingham on at 1-0 was brave as well. Didn't see much of Jude as it happens. Hopefully, like, we'll see him a little bit further in the tournament. But yeah, all in all, professional performance. Then on to the Austria game. Austria 0 for Macedonia. Macedonia really surprised me, actually. I think they come with a lot of energy. Ran out of steam in the end, and Austria's class showed through. And out of it scored a goal. And I don't know what was going on. I was watching along with, as I say, on the Don Robbie channel. But he went absolutely mental. It was like Tamori Ketspire sort of thing. And his captain sort of come up to him and was trying to sort of subdue him, Alaba, telling him to be quiet and all of that sort of thing. But he was going absolutely mental. Now, I can't work out whether he had sort of a bit of beef with the Macedonia team. They look very feisty. They look like they wanted to get sort of involved and wind up the Austrian players, or whether it was a fan thing, like the fans have been calling him not to play, and all of a sudden he's wrapped up the game and he's, I don't know what it was. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments down below. And then on to the Ukraine versus Netherlands. Great game, that one, 3-2 to the Netherlands. But I'll tell you what, Andre Yarmelenko, when he turns out for the Ukraine, he turns out to be like, turns into prime Schevchenko. That goal he scored was a banger. You know what I mean? Like, against a very decent Dutch side. I don't know whether he's got a future at West Ham, but we'll see. The reason I obviously mentioned Arnautovic as well, is because we're linked to him returning to the club. And I know this is controversial, but I'll have him back, just for squad depth, really. He's still got a little bit in his tank, I think. I know he didn't leave on greatest terms, but the players and that, they still respect him. But yeah, all in all, very good tournament so far. Some good games, some good score lines. No 0-0 draws just yet. Enjoying it and looking forward to Friday. One thing left to say, come on you England.